Liars4Hire. Liars4Hire.
Hey everybody, welcome to Liars4Hire, episode 4.5. I think I decided I wanted to call it that. This time it is just me. I thought it would be interesting if I did my own little 30-minute recording like Chase did while I was out and about. Answer some questions, do whatever, talk about my day and what I was doing while I was gone, and kind of apologize why uploads have been stagnating. That's mostly on me. I'm going to say and like a lot just because doing this alone is very awkward for me, but I'll get through it. I think as it goes on, you'll recognize I get more comfortable doing this. So the reason I was gone, and Chase said I was out wooing people, doing whatever. I actually went out on a date, weirdly enough, and it was really good. Clicked with the person real well. We went, saw the Demon Slayer movie, did all that, got dinner. I don't know. It was just very refreshing. It felt really good to connect with somebody on a level that I was 100% genuine with myself. I told them all the shit I do. I tell them like, oh no, I do Twitch, I do YouTube stuff, I do all this nonsense and whatever. And they were they're very supportive. They're all about it. And I even asked them like, hey, I kind of want to talk about this on my dumb little YouTube show, and do I have permission to do that? And they immediately like, yeah, no, that's fine. When can I watch it? When does it go up and stuff like that? So you're listening right now. Thank you. It's been a fun time. So can't wait to do more stuff. Anyway, other than that, I've just been kind of out. Recording has been stagnated because of me, and I apologize for that. But we're getting back into it. But by the time this comes out, I won't be home. I will be probably on a plane going to go see my mom for Mother's Day. She has no idea, or from my understanding, she doesn't know I'm coming for Mother's Day to surprise her. So maybe, just maybe, I can get away with it. But maybe my brothers gave it away that I was coming. Doing this by myself is weird because I'm recording this for a fourth time. I went on the first time about this whole spiel about why I didn't enjoy college, and by the end of it I was like, okay, yeah, I could do this. And then I've already graduated in the middle of a pandemic, so it was very hard to make that interesting to talk about because it was just me bragging on the university system and whatnot, just being like, oh, the college I went to, Arizona State, yada yada yada, it fucking blew, whatever. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm not as good as speaking by myself like Chase is. I can't stream of consciousness as well as he can because my head's all scrambled up and it's all out of whack. Mental illness is fun to deal with. But that's why I put a tweet out asking people for questions, and I want to get to that in a little bit, but I still just want to attempt to talk and see what's going on. I've been contemplating this position I'm in now, this weird online presence that I've accumulated. And although it's not as immaculate as per se like Chase or Robbie or Nifty, like people that you've seen on the channel or even outside of the channel that I interact with, it feels good, the position I'm in right now. I feel confident. I think confident's the right word to explain what I'm trying to convey here. I feel very confident because before I started streaming and doing whatever, I was just kind of casual friends with people. And as I started to develop myself in a brand, which is atrocious for me to say. I don't like to say that I have a brand now, but I do. I have my funny little stream character, the hat and whatnot, and the way he looks. And that's how people perceive me. It's interesting. Chase invited me to Clown House, which we got into somewhat, I believe, on Bloodborne or No More Heroes. I don't recall which one. We discussed that a little bit, but my thoughts are, I was surprised he asked me to join because I was concerned about how small time I was, how casual I was just kind of doing this. And now that I've been kind of brought on to this team of really incredible content creators. Like in this wave of people that I was brought on, I don't know if you saw the announcement tweet. It's Holly and Mar and Robbie, these people that are very good at what they do. They've been doing it for a while. And then me, somebody who's been at this point of recording it, probably a month, not a month, half a year of streaming actively. I've always been active in an online community. My stupid little Newgrounds account that I got rid of, my Tumblr account that got banned because I got swept up in the Yahoo thing of no NSFW, and they IP banned me, and I can't make a new account. And at this point, I really don't care to make a new account. And now with Twitter and Twitch and stuff, I don't know. I feel good. I feel good where I'm at. And I'm making a lot of friends. I'm making really, really good friends out of doing this. Like people I think I've seen myself talking to in the long run. Like I know probably 5 years from now, I'm still going to be talking to Chase. Either we're still doing Liars Club together, or we're still really good friends and we're doing our own thing. I know I'm going to still be talking to Robbie. It feels good. Clown House has given me some insight. These people that were already involved in Clown House, I looked up to and I respected the things that they created, and it was very interesting that now that I'm in this kind of group of people that I want to be the best version of me that I can be. I want to be able to excel in the things I create and what I do. And also, I just want to make friends. You know, I've talked to Penny on and off, and Penny is a wonderful person. Like the few times that we interacted, and she's great. Joy, literally, her name is Joy. She's a fucking joy to be around. From all the streams I saw of Ryan, it's very cool. All these people involved in this, it feels great to watch and see. My AC just kicked in, so hopefully that doesn't fucking pick up. I love living in Arizona, where currently it is 97 degrees, and I'm re-recording this a couple of hours before I have to leave for the actual flight. So that's fun. So I'm just talking and talking and talking. Oh, I know what I was going to do in the middle of this. I was going to order food. I was going to do what my friend Chase does and just order fucking food in the middle of anything that we're fucking doing. He did it in the middle of a recording session. He did it, I think, in the first recording session of No More Heroes, and he did it in the middle of us doing Bloodborne. So now I get to place an order for food. Oh, excuse me. I had to sneeze. Shit. I'm going to open up the questions here just because I want to fill up some time and be able to talk. And not a lot of people know me, so if you want to get to know me better, hey. So I'll just answer some of these questions. I'm going to go at them at random. Some of these questions are funny. I appreciate some of these funny questions. Some of these other comments, like Chase calling me a cum slut on my own fucking tweet. Yeah, that made me feel great. Thanks. Thank you, my best fucking friend. I'm not going to say names. I'm just going to say the question and answer them. You know who you are if you ask, but if you really want to know, you can go to the Liars Club account and see who asked what question. I will say, you know what? I'll say this one at least, though. Omar asking, Jackson, how can I get that sweet baby boy Chase to unblock me? I miss the calming blue light of his tweets so dearly. Follow up. If I can't then, how do I get you to also block me? Because I think it'd be very epic to collect the whole set, as it were. I already said this, Omar, but I'm going to say it publicly now. I feel like Chase just forgot the bit that he was doing and forgot to unblock you, and I'm sorry. I want Chase to unblock you. Omar, you did so much work for us, and it's always a joy talking to you. Great. And Chandler, if you're listening in, Chandler, our thumbnail artist, all part of I believe it was Team Egg Troop. They're all wonderfully incredibly talented people, and I'm happy to be working with two of them, and I want to get to know the rest of them at some point. That'd be so fun. Let me pull another question out at random. Why does your voice sound relaxing and calming? This is less of a question, more of a compliment. Well, thank you. For my second question, all right, you can ask too. You tell me about the many cadavers that I found in your closet, because I was wondering. I'm a criminologist. I'm allowed to have that stuff. It's legal. It's fine. Don't question it. Don't call anybody. Don't question anything. Don't think about it. It's fine. Oh, my food order has been placed. It's on the way. Oh, man. All right. What's the next question? Let me pull this one up. Let's see here. Here's an interesting one. What are your pronouns and orientation? I know Chase is he, they, demi-pansexual, but I generally have no idea what Jacksons are. You joke about being straight a lot, but I can see your Twitch streams are tagged with LGBT, which baffles me. I go by he, him. It's on my Twitter. I constantly joke about the straight man bit just because, like, I really don't care what the title is. I'm a growing individual early in my life. I don't know what will change down the line, so I don't really put a title to it. I'm able to see attraction in all people, but I really just find myself being more romantically attracted to people who identify more female, I would say. I don't know the proper terminology, but if that makes sense, and I apologize if it's ignorant of me to say that, but that's more in line with how I feel, if that makes any kind of sense at all. So hopefully that helps. Oh, I tag the streams LGBT because I want the content I produce to be available to everybody, and I want my Twitch streams specifically to be a safe place for people to express who they are. I don't discriminate like that. So if they're able to watch something that they feel comfortable sitting down and watching and feel comfortable being themselves and interacting with others as themselves, then I'm happy for that. Then I've done something for somebody that feels good. Let's see here. What drew you to anthropology/criminology? Do you have any weird college tales for classes on the subject? So I originally went to Arizona State to pursue engineering. I went to a engineering high school that was sponsored by Chevron, and I went through all the engineering classes. I did robotics club and shit like that. I know programming. I know how to machine build and stuff like that. So when I got to college, I declared, as a freshman, I want to be an aerospace engineer with a double in computer science, double majoring in computer science, which is a fuck ton, which is a lot of fucking work, which, holy shit, Jesus fucking Christ, that's a lot of shit to do. I went through my first year totally fine. I thought my classes were easy and fun. I had these chem labs, I had these math classes, I had an actual like introductory engineering class where we were in a lab and we were building shit. We were in a group. Our full year project was we had to do a full, like, as if we were presenting to a company, like, here's our build and here's our fucking sketches and whatnot for the thing we're building. So it was like make a renewable energy source for a tiny model town that you can actually, the model you actually hook up to, and it powers some of the stuff in the town. So I was paired up with people. We made this weird water wheel, windmill, solar power hybrid thing, and it produced a lot of energy. We got some awards for it, and then people were like, make a patent out of it and see what can happen. And at the end of the first year, I sat down with these people. I was like, hey, do you guys want to hang out over the summer, do this, do that? And they looked at me with such visceral. They're like, why would we want to do that? You're potential competition for me getting a job in the future, which really stung because I thought these people were like, I thought I was starting a friendship with these people, but then it kind of devolved and diluted into I worked with you because I had to. If there was any other reason for me to be around you, it wouldn't be to make a friendship or anything like that. So that hurt. And at that point, it kind of stuck out to me that I don't think I'm the kind of person that can do engineering. Although I feel I'm intelligent enough to do this stuff, I also crave that kind of like social environment, and engineering didn't seem to produce that social environment. As hard as the university tried, it didn't work out. So I did my other interests, because growing up, I wanted to be so many things growing up. I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to be a firefighter and shit like that. And it stuck out to me. I'm like, what do I want to do most? I want to help people. How can I help people in a way that is very meaningful? So I thought, well, I don't want to be a cop. Fuck that. I'll be a forensic scientist, so I can give people reassurance. I can give people closure and shit like that. Because based on my own upbringing, my own past, some things I wish I had closure for growing up. I wish I got them earlier in life. Otherwise, I wouldn't be as fucking weirdly insane as people think I am, which I'm fine with. That's a funny bit, by the way. People think I'm actually fucking insane, which is great. It's so fucking funny to me. But yeah. Immediately I transferred over to anthropology and criminology, and it night and day between engineering. I got into my first class and I immediately am making friends. I'm having conversations. These are people they're local friends in Arizona, and I'm talking to them, and it's nice. I get to talk to people around here. I get to go out and do stuff like prior to the pandemic, and it was fun. And now I'm graduated and everybody's moving on, and it was that switch is what made my beginning college experience way better, is switching over and making these friends. So if they ever hear this, thank you for doing that for me, for being my friend. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what else we got going on. What's the worst thing you have ever eaten? Oh shit. Probably like raw deer liver, just because it was mushy and bloody and did not taste good. And I don't know. I don't believe in a lot of stuff. Like I'm one of those weirdos. I'm like, yeah, I'm an animal rights activist, but I still consume meat products. I don't eat pork. I'm starting there. I have my meatless days. I'm trying to slowly wean off and get a healthier lifestyle and shit like that. But yeah, the worst thing was deer liver, and I think that was one of the things in my life that solidified. Like I don't want to kill an animal. I don't want to do this unless it's absolutely necessary. I don't like doing this for sport. It feels fucking wrong. Next, here we got how tall are you? I'm between 5'8" and 5'9". I don't have an exact measurement, but I ain't the tallest dude around. I ain't the guy that you match with on a dating app and I'm like, yeah, I'm 6'1". I'm exactly what you're looking for, over 6 feet. Nah, I ain't the tallest guy. My both of my parents were pretty short, so I'm taller than my mom. I think I'm just about where my dad is, which is fucked up because my little brother at this point is like 2 inches or 3 inches taller than me, which really boosts my confidence. So that's fucking great. This is an interesting one. Favorite item from the Taco Bell menu that's no longer available. I had Taco Bell for the first time probably about a year ago within this month. And I only had it another time probably late October, and I don't think I can go back to Taco Bell. I mean, it's food. Food is food. Food is food is food. Like I ain't gonna fucking complain if you put a plate in front of me, but it ain't for me. So I'm sorry. I haven't had a lot of stuff in my life. I haven't had soda. Haven't had coffee. Haven't had gum. Haven't done any of that shit. Gum especially, because I'm like, what? I don't like the process of chewing a food and spitting it out. That doesn't make sense to me. That seems wasteful. Let's see. What has been your favorite decade for games? Oh, early 2000s games would be hitting kind of different. Early 2000s, between 2000 and 2010 is when there's a lot of good games that were coming out. And we're kind of encapsulating that kind of feel on the channel. We're picking out like our favorite games like prior to 2015 and shit like that. And I think I can go with that. Like a lot of my favorite games came out of that area, I would say. Following up on games, what's your favorite Legend of Zelda game and why? This is weird. I really, really enjoyed Breath of the Wild, but then I played Link Between Worlds again because I beat it before I played Breath of the Wild, and I went back to Link Between Worlds, and it really stuck out to me. It was really fun, that kind of like redux or remux of Link to the Past with that new mechanic. It felt good to play. I think I would put Link Between Worlds as my favorite just because. What do you look for in a game story typically? Maybe if it's specific by genre, you can be more specific with detail too. Game story, it is dependent on the genre. Like if it's something goofy like Ratchet and Clank, I ain't gonna look for some serious like tones of whatever. And like I don't want like this weird like fucking story in Ratchet and Clank where like Ratchet is like dealing with the death of his parents and he's going through depression, and Clank is doing whatever he can to console him, but it ain't working out because he finds out he's a robot with no fucking soul or whatever. Like I want it to kind of blur. Like Silent Hill can be funny sometimes with some of the context. Like, spoilers for Silent Hill 2, a game that came out forever ago. But one of the endings that you can get in Silent Hill 2 is a dog ending where you find out a dog has been behind a whole fucking mess of this horrific psychological horror game. And I think that's funny. You can implement these tiny little things to break away from what you're intentionally doing, and it doesn't take away from your narrative. Like, so like the Silent Hill example, but then you go to something, let's say, I'm trying to think of a more recent example that people would probably get more. Let's say, like, what is the story game I played? Let's say fucking the Final Fantasy VII remake. Final Fantasy VII remake has always been like this very serious tone in a very campy and fun environment. Like, and then you remake it and you have these new lines that are built on the old game that came out forever ago, and it's fun. You're expanding on your material. You're having fun with the story. I think a game story is good when you recognize that the people who wrote it are genuinely enjoying what they're doing with it. And that is my weird take on that. Why did you want to join the FBI, or what's so interesting about criminology? I kind of got into it, just that idea of like helping people and giving closure. The FBI thing was because I wanted to do, I growing up, I had a lot of concern about money and shit and like having a career, and now I'm more lackadaisical about it. Didn't get into the FBI. Smoked too much weed. I failed the drug test. Passed everything else. I failed the drug test. So they did not let me in. But as my friend Jordan Koo likes to remind me, I can outsmoke any FBI agent. So that's good to know. What else we got going on? I just saw the tweet again. Chase called me a cum slut, so that makes me feel great. What type of monkey would you vibe best with? Let me lay out a smorgasbord of monkeys for you. Proboscis monkey, a gibbon, an orangutan, and the golden sun monkey. All these dudes are big chillin'. They're just hanging out. They're just dudes being dudes. Dudes rock, by the way. My AC just kicked in again, so I'm sorry if you hear that again. That's my fault. Like I said, it's hot as shit in this fucking state, and I don't know how to deal with it. I'm in a box apartment. I'm trying to move out of here. I'm trying to get into a better place, and so that way I can put sound insulation up so my audio doesn't sound like fucking garbage every time I process it. At this point now, I would like to get up and go pee, but I feel like I'm more professional than Chase, so I'm going to wait until after the recording to do that. And also, I got shit in my throat, so sorry if you hear that. I'm going to take a sip of water at least. I know Chase did that on his recording. I listened to Chase's recording. It made me feel good. It made me feel good to listen to my friend talk for 30 minutes about stuff, because he's really good at explaining that kind of shit. All right. Let's see here. What is another good question that I can answer? What's around here? Favorite bone in the human body? Favorite skull from whatever species you know? Please, I need to know. I find reptilian skulls to be really interesting just because of how many like grooves and holes there are for other organs to go through. And the favorite bone in the human body, I believe, I like the tailbone, just because it's evidence that we used to be monkeys, and when you say have tails, I think I would do well with a tail if I looked like, if I was original Dragon Ball Goku and I had a monkey tail, I think I would do way better in life. Oh man. This has been interesting. I didn't realize I've been talking for this long. It's kind of weird. I didn't think I was capable of doing this. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep going. I'll keep talking. I'm sorry if you hear my mouse clicking. I'm putting the questions away for now. I think I've answered all I want to answer. I guess I can say at this point, I wanna, whoever is in my kind of circle of people I interact with and our friends, I think I want to thank you. You've given me the confidence to keep on doing this, because there was a bit of a time where in the beginning, after my initial like Undertale streams, and I got big numbers and a lot of followers and people were interested in what I was doing, I started doubting myself. I was gonna say I got imposter syndrome for a little bit when Chase first asked me to join Clown House, and like the first couple of days I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. But then I think it really happened after the Undertale VOD. Like, everybody's watching the VODs and tell me what they thought and shit like that. I thought that maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I don't feel comfortable showing my face. I don't feel like I have anything to offer. I don't think I'm funny. I don't think I'm smart enough to make this kind of commentary over games that people really like. Because what if I say something that people like somebody doesn't like about their favorite game or whatever, and they come at me? I'd feel bad. Like, how am I supposed to take that? But I realize I don't give a shit. I'll say whatever I want. They're my opinions. I don't fucking care. I really don't. I'll engage with you. I'll have a conversation. But if I have an opinion about something, I'll fucking say it. Like, I know that some people will argue with me about like Devil May Cry, one of my favorite game series. They'll be like, yeah, no, like the Ninja Theory DMC is really good. And I'll sit there fucking stubborn as shit and say, no, you're wrong. That's dumb. That's not DMC. That's some fucking knockoff. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Just like, really dig into it, because fucking I don't care. I'll be respectful, but then like if you know me, you know me. Like the way I say things, I have so many brothers growing up. Fucking my language is I have the worst the fucking sailor's mouth, just because of how many fucking older people I grew up with and how they talk to one another. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Oh well. Oh, I was thanking people. It's been a good confidence boost. Yeah, that's what I was going on about. It's been a really, really good confidence boost. Chase has been helpful. Been sitting me down and talking to me and reassuring, like, hey, I didn't invite you to Clown House out of favoritism. I invited you because I believe you could bring something to this group of people, these group of other individuals who create amazing content. I feel like you could stand out with them, that these are standout people, and that you have the potential to grow into something even more. Chase being my best friend and one of my number one supporters is really cool. And Robbie, time and time again, I'll go to Robbie or I'll go to Dev even, and I'll sit down. I'm like, hey, I'm feeling this way. And they'll level with me. They'll sit me down. They're like, you're not bugging, or they'll tell me like, you're spiraling right now. Let's have a conversation. Don't worry about it. You're totally justified in feeling this way, but don't linger on it, because it's not that bad. It's not as bad as your brain is making it out to be. You're okay. You have people who are here to help you, and it feels good. That being said, if you're ever feeling down, reach out to somebody in your life. Talk to somebody, be it a professional or be it a friend, family member, or somebody who's willing to listen. But don't overshare. Don't overshare. If they're not a therapist, don't treat them like a therapist. If they're a therapist, then that's when you can do it. I want to say thank you to fucking my friends Char. Char has been great. They've been kind of taking the reins on most of the shit I've been doing, like my Discord server and whatnot, while I'm just kind of sitting there on my throne, fucking my stomach hanging out. I'm like, yup, that's how you do that. Yup. They've been a fantastic friend over the course of me doing this, so I'm glad to have met them and doing stuff. Shout out to fucking Jordan Koo. Shout out to Lex. Shout out to B. Those guys are great. I recently started making more and more friends in this kind of weird Twitch circle space. Those guys are super fun to hang out with and just shoot the shit and do whatever. I can go down the list of so many people. I can talk about Sky. I can talk about Twilight. I can talk about Callie. I can talk about DY. I can talk about Justin and Erica and all these really cool friends of mine. But I think they know that I care about them a lot, and it's good to have that support, because with the pandemic going on, I've been slipping lately, and I don't have the best relationship with my blood family, or just my family in general. Things have been kind of awry for a couple of years now, ever since I've gotten more and more independent and started thinking more on my own and realizing like, oh, these are just people. These are just people like me. They have flaws and there's shit like that, and we're gonna have disagreements and whatnot. So I've been doing that. Hey, that person I went on a date with, you know who you are, and if you made it this far, I'll just thank you too, because I know that we're still talking. I texted you a couple of times in the middle of me recording this again, and I just want to say thank you for accepting me for who I am. It feels good to be able to be the genuine me around somebody and them to actually enjoy it. And yeah, if you want to do more stuff, you have my number. I love my friends. They are probably the best people I have in my life right now, and I want to keep them around for as long as I can. For those that have come here from Clown House or have come here because of an algorithm, thank you for listening. It means a lot to me that you got this far as well. And I'll be back on Monday. Gonna try to maybe we'll have a Liars4Hire out with both me and Chase, or it might just be Robbie and Chase, because Robbie's gonna get involved in more stuff, and that's gonna be great. Can't wait for all of you to experience that. So I think that's my piece. So I'll catch you guys later. You know where to find me. Just Lumberjack2 on Twitch and Twitter. Somebody took the S, but I'm starting to grow more accustomed to it. Chase says it's more unique. And you know what? I'm going to stick to that. You can find Chase at clown_depot, Twitch and Twitter. He's on Tumblr and shit like that. You know where to find us. You found the YouTube channel. The links and stuff will be below. So, you know what? Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Be excellent to each other.